Hey, Shirley. You're from Australia, right?
Yeah, that's right. From down under.
Okay. Are you from Sydney?
No, I'm not from Sydney. Actually, I'm from Melbourne.
Melbourne?
Hmm.
Okay. So are there any nice parts in Melbourne?
Well, you know, Josh, Melbourne is a great city. And one of the reasons is because there are lots of parks. There is a really big park right in the center of the city.
Is it beautiful?
It's gorgeous. It's called the Botanical Gardens. And they have plants from many different places around the world. And there is a lake, a small lake in the center. But what I really love about that park is at one time of the year, they have lots of big fruit bats that fly into the park and they hang upside down from the trees. They are really huge, like big sacks. It's very cool.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So is there good shopping in your city?
Oh, there's great shopping in Melbourne. You know, Melbourne has people from many different countries. So we have a great variety of things. And clothing, cars, coffee shops, foods from many different countries. So it's a great place to shop.
Wonderful. What about housing? Is there cheap housing or is it really expensive?
Well, it's not cheap, but it's not as expensive as Sydney. Sydney is the biggest city in Australia. It's very expensive to live. But in Melbourne, the housing is so-so.
How do you get around in Melbourne? Do you take the bus?
You can take the bus, but Melbourne has something very special that no other city in Australia has. We have a tram system. I think they were called trolley cars in America, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, Melbourne has a really big tram system, so you can go lots of places in the city by tram. It's really good fun.
What about the tram? Is it expensive?
Not so expensive. Cheaper than the bus. Maybe about the same as the train. Cheaper than a car. Probably one of the cheapest ways to travel in the city.
What about schools in Melbourne? Is there a big university?
Melbourne has 3 or 4 really big universities and some smaller universities, too. Also, they have some very good private high schools and some very good public high schools.
Great. That sounds like a great place to go to school.
It's a pretty great place to live. So Josh, where do you come from?
I come from Tacoma.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. It's in America, right?
Yes, it's in Washington State, really close to Seattle.
Oh, okay, Seattle. I've heard of that. Well, tell me about Tacoma.
Well, Tacoma is smaller than Seattle, but it has many great things to do too.
Okay. So give me some examples.
Well, there's a great park right in the center, and at that park, there's a botanical garden.
Wow. So a little bit like Melbourne, in Australia.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. What about shopping?
Shopping? There's really one place for the best shopping, and that's the Tacoma Mall.
Mall? What's a mall?
It's a big indoor shopping center.
Oh, it's all indoor.
Yeah,
Wow, that must be a really big building.
it's huge.
Okay. What kind of shops do they have there?
Everything. They have lots of clothing shops, and they also have 2 sport shops, and they have a food court where you can buy any kind of food you want.
Wow. Well, that sounds convenient.
It is.
Okay. Well, how about traveling around the city? What's the public transport system like?
Mostly, we travel by car. But there's buses too.
Okay. So not so much public transport.
Not really. The buses stop early in the evening.
Okay. I see. What about sports? Because, you know, in Australia, we have lots of places to play to sport. We really like our sport. So what about Tacoma? Are there many places to play sport?
Mostly, we have parks that have baseball fields and tracks. And those are the best places. But as far as professional sports, you have to go to Seattle.
Oh, okay. What about tennis courts?
Tennis courts. I think there's one. But it's really expensive.
Really?
Really.
You know, in Australia, we have lots of tennis courts everywhere.
That must be nice. I love tennis.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. What about eating in Tacoma? Because it sounds like it's a little bit of a small town. So is there any good place to go and eat food?
That's one strong point. There's lots of restaurants. The best restaurant is actually near my house, and it's a barbecue restaurant.
Okay, lucky for you.
Yeah. Tacoma sounds like a nice friendly place to live. It is.
Hey Michael. How are you? Hey, I'm good. What about you? I am fine. So in which company are you working? I am working with Google Incorporated. What is your post? I am in the software developer. That's great. Not that great. Why so? I am not that happy with this post. Which is the perfect post for you? I like manager post in software developer. Why don't you try in some other company? I am planning to do that. There is an opening for the managerial post in Microsoft. Could you please arrange an interview for me in that company? Sure. But you can also go directly for an interview. Okay, that's great. At what time do I have to go? You can go at around 11 in the morning. Okay, I will be there at 11. Perfect! Please share your number. +1-981 ***** 87. Can I take your name over the phone? Yeah, sure. Just tell them that you got to know about it from me. Okay, thank you so much.
You don't look so good. What happened?
I've a bad cold and a runny nose. I think I'm also running a temperature.
Poor girl. Are you taking any medicine?
Nothing so far. Have you got anything that would make me feel better?
Well, let me see.
Okay, but quick.
I've brought something for you.
Great. Bring it on.
Here's some cold and flu medicine. They should reduce your temperature and ease some discomfort.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's okay, but don't forget to take plenty of fluids.
Hi guys, John is worried that his cough has gotten deeper. So he goes to a doctor.
Hi, how are you feeling?
Horrible. I've a nasty cough. It gets worse at night so I can't sleep at all.
Do you also have a fever?
No.
Okay, let me listen to your chest. Please take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You've some congestion in your lungs. By the way, do you cough stuff up?
A little, but not much.
Well, I'll give you some medicines to ease the chest congestion. Here's the prescription.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right, and don't forget to drink plenty of fluids. Avoid cool drinks altogether.
You got it.
So Josh, I know that you like to play the guitar.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like?
Mostly, I play rock, but sometimes, I play pop music as well.
So who is an artist that you like?
My favorite artist at the moment is Jason Mraz.
Okay. Where does he come from?
He comes from the States, the US. He plays guitar and sings at the same time.
Nice. So you like to sing, too?
Yeah, I like to sing, too.
Okay, do you play any other instruments?
I do. I play the piano as well.
Wow. You are really very talented.
Thank you.
So when you play piano, do you like to sing as well?
I don't usually sing when I play piano, because I am not as good at the piano.
Oh, I see. So like guitar better than piano, or you're better at it?
I'm better at guitar.
Okay. Do you have a band?
I don't have a band, but I hope someday I will.
A rock band?
Maybe.
Do you have a name for your rock band?
No, I haven't really picked one up yet.
What about Josh and the Jammers?
That sounds okay, but it's a little long.
Yeah. JJ's Jammers.
That's a little better.
Yes. In Australia, that sounds like pajamas.
So, Shirley, I told you about my favorite restaurant. What is your favorite restaurant?
Well, my favorite restaurant is a kind of salad and soup restaurant.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Great. Well, the food is very good, but I also like it because the room is nice, it looks on a garden and the food is very cheap.
Wow!
Yeah.
With a great view of the garden. It seems like it would be expensive.
Yeah, it does seem like it would be expensive, but it's not. The garden has lots of beautiful flowers, but also they grow herbs. So the herbs that they use in the salad are all fresh from the garden. It's delicious.
That sounds really delicious.
Yeah, it's great. And they make a fantastic soup.
Okay.
Some cream soups, and also a really nice vegetable soup.
Great! So, is the vegetable soup your favorite dish at the restaurant?
Yes. In the wintertime, the minestrone soup is my favorite soup.
I love minestrone soup.
Yeah. It's excellent. But in the summertime, my favorite soup is cream of potato chilled.
Chilled?
That means it's served cold.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
It's really refreshing in the summertime.
What are the prices at the restaurant?
It is so cheap. It's about $9 for a small bowl of soup, a big salad, and a sandwich that usually has some salad and seafood in it.
That's really cheap.
Yeah.
We should go there.
Plus, after all that, you get a coffee or herb tea.
Wow, that's great.
I definitely recommend that you go there sometime.
I'll try it out.
Okay. Josh, I'm really hungry now. Do you know a good restaurant we could go to?
Yes, there's a really great chicken restaurant near my house.
Chicken?
Yeah, they have lots of different types of chicken. They have fried chicken, baked chicken, broiled chicken, and so on.
Chicken. You know, I don't really like chicken that much. Do you know about somewhere else, somewhere that doesn't have chicken or beef?
Yes, there's a vegetarian restaurant near my house, too. But it's in the opposite direction.
Great. Okay, what kind of food do they have?
They have lots of salads, fresh salads. And they also have some stir-fry.
Okay, and what's the restaurant like?
The restaurant is really nice. It's pretty small, and there's not a lot of people usually.
Okay. Is it light or dark inside the restaurant?
It's a little bit dark, but the food is really good.
Okay. What about the tables? Do they have tablecloths or do they not have tablecloths?
There's no tablecloths and the tables are a little bit low.
What about the price of the food? Is it expensive or is it cheap?
It's very cheap.
That's good.
Yeah. For example, you can buy a salad for only $5.
Wow. That is cheap.
It is.
Okay. What about a soup?
A soup is usually $6, but they're really good.
Okay. Well, I have my car today, so is there parking at the restaurant?
There's some parking, but there's actually a lot nearby.
Okay, so no problem to park my car.
It's no problem.
Great. Then, let's go for vegetarian.
Okay, sounds great.
I heard that South Africa is famous for its wild animals.
That's true. We have many different kinds of animals in South Africa. Have you heard of the Big Five?
I think so, but I don't remember what it is.
So the Big Five are the animals that foreign tourists like to come and see in South Africa. And there are safaris and trips you can go on to wildlife reserves to see these animals.
So what are they?
So would you like to guess?
I guess lions.
Yes, that's one of them.
And elephants.
Yes.
And giraffes.
No. The giraffe is definitely a big animal, but it's not one of the Big Five. The other three are rhinoceros, is it the water buffalo, I think. And the final one is, what is the final one?
Is it the cheetah?
Yes, the cheetah. Yes. The cheetah can run very, very fast.
Okay, and have you seen all of these animals?
Let me think. It's been a while since I visited a wildlife reserve, but I've seen elephants before. And let's see. I've seen a lion. I don't think I've ever seen a cheetah. I've seen a rhinoceros from far away.
I've heard they're quite dangerous.
I don't think that there are not many of them in the wild. I don't know if there are any in the wild. They're all in wildlife enclosures, so that actually I don't think many people are injured or killed by rhinoceroses. But actually, do you know what the most dangerous animal is in Africa?
Is it the lion?
No, it's not. It's the hippopotamus.
Really?
I think they kill more people every year in the world than any other animal.
Wow, that's very surprising.
Maybe mosquitoes kill more with malaria, but in terms of big animals, it's definitely the hippopotamus.
Wow.
They have very long teeth as well.
That's scary.
Yeah. It is pretty scary. You don't want to be, you know, they can swim as well. So they would, and if you go out on the river and a little bit on a dam, and there's a hippopotamus, he can tip your boat over and bite you in half.
Alright. So you should definitely look out for hippos when you go to South Africa.
Yeah. You should be careful. Crocodiles can also be nasty.
Okay. Hello Elizabeth, how are you? Thank you. I am fine. What about you? I am also fine. Thank you. Where are you going? I am going to buy a newspaper. Do you read newspaper regularly? Of course. Don't you? Certainly you know newspaper is called the storehouse of knowledge. You are right. Without reading newspaper we can't know about the world. They who don't read newspaper remain frogs of the well. Because they don't know the current affairs of the country and world. At the same time newspapers contains articles related to our study. They are very helpful. Which section of newspaper do you like most? Certainly the study page, and you? I like the general knowledge section, editorial page and literary articles. Sometimes I send my writings to newspaper. That's very good. Newspaper uphold people's view, too. I have to go now. Okay, see you later, bye. Bye.
My friend, William. What are you doing? Nothing serious, dear. I am trying to solve this puzzle. Good. Does a puzzle interest you? A lot, friend. Very good. I think you would become a very good engineer. Excuse me, friend. I don't like machines. But you are so good at mathematics. I thought you liked engineering. No. Dear. I like physics very much. So, I want to study physics and become a scientist. Physics. What good would you do by being a scientist? Well, I would become a scientist and research into the mystery of the origin of the universe. That would be interesting, like solving the biggest puzzle. Besides, I also like teaching. That would give me the opportunity to work with more brilliant students. I see the puzzle. So, how would you like to proceed with your target? I have forgotten to tell you one thing. I took part in a competition arranged by United Kingdom Embassy. I became the first there, and they have offered me a scholarship at the University of Cambridge to study physics. Oh, I see. I am really proud of you. You are a genius indeed. But will you be able to stay there alone? Oh, I see. I am really proud of you. You are a genius indeed. But will you be able to stay there alone? Of course. Well then, go ahead to materialize your dream. May the Almighty fulfill your dream. What's your future plan? I want to be a journalist. I would like to study journalism in Stanford University. That's great. May God bless you to achieve your goal. Nice to talk to you about such an important issue. Now I have got to leave. It's all right. Then bye for now. Bye.